Hi guys, my name is James Walton. I am the pastor of the 4th through 6th grade ministry, and I get to bring you your daily hope for today. Have you ever been jealous over the success or victory that somebody else got to live and you didn't get to live? Have you ever said, that was my idea, I should have done that thing, and been mad when somebody else walks out in the thing that you set out that you thought you could do? Well, in the story we are reading today, we have a group of people who go to the extreme of what not to do in terms of reacting to somebody else's victory. We're going to be looking in Judges 12, and we're going to be looking at the story of the Ephraimites and how they respond to the victory of Jephthah over the Amorites. Now, those were a lot of names, and I hope I said one of them correctly at least. What happens in Judges chapter 11 is Jephthah goes to the Lord and asks for help in terms of fighting against the Amorites, and God gives him the victory over them. And it's this great victory for the Israelites. But in chapter 12, it starts off a little bit differently. It says this: the Ephraimite forces were called out, and they crossed over to Zaphon. They said to Jephthah, "Why did you go fight the Ammonites without calling us to go with you? We're going to burn down your house over your head." Jephthah answered, "I and my people were engaged in a great struggle with the Ammonites, and although I called, you didn't save me out of their hands. When I saw that you wouldn't help, I took my life in my hands and crossed over to fight the Ammonites, and the Lord gave me victory over them. Now why have you come up to fight me?" So the I'm sorry, it's a tough one. But they are frustrated that they weren't invited to the party, and specifically that they weren't invited to be a part of this victory that Jephthah has over the Ammonites. And they're so angry, they decide that they are going to burn down his house on his head, that they're going to go to war against him because they weren't a part of this victory. Now, jealousy can cause us to do a lot of crazy things, like longing for something to happen and somebody else gets it and being mad that they have it. But in this story, the way that they respond is by going to war, and that is not what we should do. I think we can all learn that from the story. But the question that I want to help us answer today, and what I feel like God wants to speak to us in this book of Judges today, for you and for me, is to look at the other people's victories that we see in our life. When we get to watch other people succeed, when we get to see other people walk in great success, how should you and I respond? Well, I believe that what the Lord calls us to do is to celebrate other people's victory as our own. And I think that's what we should do in this story, because in this story we see the people of Israel. They are one. They're meant to be united, the people of God. Yet these two tribes, one tribe gets so angry that they weren't invited to a victory, a war over another company, that they didn't get to succeed with them, that they wanted to go war against them, that they wanted to tear them apart. And I think this is the extreme of what can happen to the church when we aren't united in celebrating each other's victories and each other's successes, that the opposite will begin to happen, that it'll actually tear us apart. And that's what jealousy can do. And so this is an encouragement to you today from our scriptures out of Judges 12, to look into the lives of the people around you and where they're succeeding and celebrate with them. Look in the small things, look in the big things, but find ways to come alongside them and celebrate what God is doing through their lives. I think this is a great way to keep us united as the church and united as the people of God. Well, guys, I hope this message blessed you. God bless, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.